Hello my friends, welcome back to Eater's Corner. In today's video, I will discuss the latest case processing update from the National Visa Center, plus find out the wait times to get a U.S. visa. So keep on watching for more. Now let's go ahead and jump straight to the video. Here is the latest case processing update from the National Visa Center. As of February 20th, 2024, the National Visa Center stated that they are working on cases that were received from the USCIS on February 8, 2024. They are reviewing documents submitted on February 9th, 2024, and lastly, they are responding back to inquiries received on February 15, 2024. In terms of working on cases received from the USCIS and reviewing documents, they are 2 weeks behind, and responding back to your inquiries, they are 1 week behind. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the wait times to get a U.S. visa. If you are enjoying this video so far, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and be part of this amazing community. Also, give this video a thumbs up. Let's continue. U.S. visa wait times for B1 and B2. Jamaica, to get a U.S. visa, it will take 30 days and with a waiver 1 day. Guyana, it will take 35 days, same day with a waiver. Haiti, there are no U.S. visa available, only emergency appointments. Trinidad and Tobago, it will take 39 days to get a U.S. visa and 1 day with a waiver. Nigeria, it will take 428 days to get a U.S. visa and 1 day with a waiver. Ghana, it will take 369 days to get a U.S. visa and 1 day with a waiver. Kenya, it will take 262 days and 1 day with a waiver. Cameroon, it will take 18 days to get a U.S. visa, no waiver is available. Liberia, it will take 26 days to get a U.S. visa and no waiver is available. The Philippines, it will take 52 days to get a U.S. visa and 1 day with a waiver. India, it will take 269 days to get a U.S. visa and 63 days with a waiver. Bangladesh, it will take 206 days to get a U.S. visa and 1 day with a waiver. Pakistan, it will take 202 days to get a U.S. visa, no waiver is available. Turkey, it will take 328 days to get a U.S. visa, no waiver is available. Mexico, it will take 868 days to get a U.S. visa and 9 days with a waiver. UK, the United Kingdom, it will take 110 days to get a U.S. visa and 21 days with a waiver. And lastly, Canada, it will take 786 days to get a U.S. visa and 10 days with a waiver. So there you have it, my friends. These are the wait times to get a U.S. visa for some countries. So if you are confused whether you should file for an immigrant visa or a U.S. visa, you now have the wait times to compare what direction you should take next. Now, it is not recommended that you should try to get a U.S. visa while you are waiting for an immigrant visa, because you do not want to misrepresent or confuse the consular officer. He or she might think that you are using a U.S. visa to come to the U.S. and stay. You have to understand the difference between a U.S. visa and an immigrant visa. A U.S. visa, there's a time frame where you have to leave the U.S. and go back to your country. With an immigrant visa, you are able to stay and adjust your status and become a U.S. citizen. Also, you have a glimpse of what U.S. embassies you should stay away from in terms of transferring your case to another U.S. embassy. You can see that Nigeria, Mexico, and Canada, their backlog is great, and you should stay away from such U.S. embassies in terms of transferring your case to another U.S. embassy for immigrant visa processing. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. Now, before I end this video, let's go ahead and take a look at Canada's consular processing update for immigrant visas. Let's take a look at what case categories they are working on for February 2024. Canada consular processing update for immigrant visas. What case categories they are working on for February 2024. As of February 15, 2024, most immigrant relative and fiancé visa cases being scheduled for interview in Montreal were documentally complete at the National Visa Center in November 2023. Most family preference cases with visa numbers available that are being scheduled for interview were documentally qualified in March of 2023, and most employment cases scheduled for interview were documentally complete in July 2022. Okay, so looking at the U.S. Embassy in Canada, we can see that they are working on immigrant visa cases that were documentally complete at the National Visa Center in November of 2023. So these are the cases that they are working on. And for employment, they are working on cases that were documentally complete in July of 2022. All right, so this is a glimpse of what cases Canada U.S Embassy are working on currently, and this is good news for immigrant visas. Now, I hope each one of you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. If you have an upcoming U.S. visa interview or immigrant visa interview, make sure that you head over to my website, etascorner.com, and download my ebook today. Before I go, make sure that you subscribe and share this video. Give it a thumbs up and turn on the notification bell so you will never miss another video from me. Thank you for watching Etas Corner, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.